Make sure that this side is square. Nope, it's not. Is it? It is not. It. Just hit it again. We gotta go. What is it? 12 and an 8. How is it I've already worn away the spot where the 8th is? Seriously? Ah! Stop moving! Okay. Now, I'm going to go down 17 and 5/16. Can you smell smoke? Yeah, that's me thinking. Stupid math measuring proves to be not so stupid when you do it wrong, that you should have paid attention. My brain just doesn't work that way, I swear. I almost didn't graduate college because of freaking algebra. It was like this pet project of some TA. I know I can teach you this. He goes, it's like your brain just shuts off when we get to this part right here. I said, I don't know. Maybe that's why I'm an art major and not a math major. He was a kind person, though. He's the only reason I did end up passing it. stinky little bug right on my mouth. Just had to jump there. Okay. So I take off one spot. Sorry, I had to message home and tell everybody I'm running along. Mistakes were made. Okay. So what I want to do is bevel this side so that I know which side was the one that was cut perfectly. Okay. This time, marking it off with this one because the other one's stinky cheese. I still think we're okay with our 1 7/8 and 1.5 because that didn't change. Hold on before we get too far into this. Well, we know it fits beautifully. Even if that side... Guys, I don't know what to do about this side. Uh-huh. So... Hold on. Getting more bored. Hopefully I have more. One more. I want a manageable piece over there. So, hold on. I want to see. So about widens to about 1/8. We'll say there. We add 1/8. Okay. Well, at least it's a nice big piece and I'll still be able to use it. Ivy. So, this is the good side. So this will be, let's check and make sure it's square. Okay, it's square. So we're doing 12 and 1/8. That was not 1/8, that was a 16th. So there's 12. And you're doing 17. 17 and 5/16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now, my question is, at the top, okay, it's still 5/16 at the top because this is the bottom where it's wonky. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is know this is square. And it fit oh so beautifully into our spot. Okay, starting from about there. We're going to go down an eighth, go out an eighth. Did I say an eighth or 16th? Seriously doubting myself tonight, guys. It's a 16th, isn't it? Nope. It's like in between. Ugh. Alright, so this is if it was straight. Where's my little green one? Okay. Oh, I just saw my internet jump. Okay. Bring that. Seriously. Are you kidding? Oh my goodness, I'm gonna get cranky soon. $17. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Goes to there. We need another 16s. Just shy an eighth. Three 30 seconds basically. Oh my god, the numbers are swollen. It starts about there and goes to there. They must have really clamped the heck out of this to get it to do this little wing nut. So we're going to make sure that this is always the bottom. Okay, and we're going to have to freehand this because obviously no ruler is going to let us do this. All right, let's go, let's go, let's go. Hustle, hustle, hustle. Get this. Totally going. I'm going off track there, so I'm gonna make sure. Sorry, just probably shouldered out the camera so you couldn't see that anything. There. Okay. Okay. I'm going to do the top part with a ruler. To about. Start doing it again. Oh my gosh, why do I keep going away from the ruler? This is not going to look pretty with this fabric, but we cannot have that gap. We just can't. Okay. Now, we have to make special amenities for that, but because we put the line down this side, we know where to come in 1 7/8. Okay. Because the bottoms were 1.5. Okay, 1.5. And 1 7/8. That top corner will be 1 7/8 in our line there. That's straight, okay. Then we go to 1.5. And 1 7/8. Okay. 1.5. I'm getting punchy, guys. Just all right. Let's use the metal to do this. Again, we try not to overcut your corners. We want to try to keep that foam core nice and stable. Sorry if my hair was just in the camera. Kind of went over there. You know, we could take this opportunity and use a tiny bit thinner piece so it would look like a stair step down on the interior, because the needlepoint piece will be held in place by the mat, not by the glass, the acrylic. So because we have that little bit there, we can either, no, you know what we have to do? We have to use a piece that's a little bit wider so that it can trap the edge of the mat down. That's what we have to do. Otherwise, what'll happen is that mat's going to pop right out. Even if we glue it, it's still gonna pop. So, yeah, this is going to be interesting. And part of it, you're going to have to come back and fast forward to the end to see how I did it finished, because I won't be able to do that part tonight. Or maybe I'll throw on another class. I'll finish it up the weekend after, or maybe the week after, maybe when the plexi gets in. That might work too. All right. So we're going to bevel, 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 bevel. Once everything's beveled, we're going to put it in and make sure it works. Where's our wonky bottom? Okay, there it is. And if I've mucked it up again, guys, I'm going to call it a night, and we will have to have another class. Ugh. Goodness, goodness, goodness. All right. Comes the test. Now, I fibbed. You know why I fibbed? Because I gotta bevel the inside, or we can't put the piece down in it. Well, yeah, let's just bevel the inside and get it over with. You know, this is just kind of what happens when we are thinking on the fly and trying to engineer something that doesn't have set, this is how we do it, this is what we do, everything is exactly the same. You know, we have an issue with the manufacturing that, you know, we need to punt. So if I use a piece of trim to go hold the mat down just a little bit, essentially we could cover that boo-boo piece, that corner, and you'd never see it, which I kind of like. I kind of like that option. But at the same time, that curve is still there, and it could be tough. We'll have to see. The thinner piece is actually going to be a little more bendable. So maybe we'll get lucky. Okay, so here's our wonky bottom piece. Let's do it. Let's test it out. Okay. Because I think we just need to extend class, because we don't have the plexi, and come on. And you guys need to see how it gets glued in and everything else. Grr. All right, I want to first see if this fits down in. Or on. Or close enough, Kelly. Okay, let's bring, oop. Well, that fits down in. That fits. That sort of fits. I think I can shave some of that off. All right, let's do that. Let's go right down. That line. All right, let's see how it does. Because we know that the last time that fit in there beautifully. And now this side's a tiny bit long. You know what I'm gonna do? This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna get that to sit down in, right? And we're gonna take this, we're gonna run, make sure it's not moving at the other end. We're gonna run that, which is, it's pretty obvious to me that it's not enough off up there. Now, flip it. Let's look and see what we have for compression. Okay, so interesting. Okay. Can take off, obviously, that part. Excuse me. Round and round and round. There we go. Okay. Got that off. Let's take there. Okay. Let's see how we did with, looks like we got rid of all of those spots where it compressed the foam core. Oh, now my battery's dying on my phone. Okay. Nope, we still need a little bit more off there. It's okay there. Okay. Sorry guys, this is a wheedly one for sure. Now, we don't want to take off too much. But we also have the fabric to contend with, right? So we got to make sure that we take enough off. Really didn't look like that much, did it? There to there. Okay, check, 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 check. Okay. I feel like that's good. That could come down to about there. Okay. I can't see that fine line. We're gonna go just there. I know my fabric is going to make it really tight. We're gonna come in here and really crank this down. And you know what else? Maybe we don't put the fusible interfacing on, so that when it goes around, it really goes around tight and crisp. Can't hurt to try, right? Right. Let's see. All right, I gotta move some stuff. And I want to, there it is. This is just a gum eraser, kneaded eraser. Just in case that white isn't as opaque as we might like. big old side one there. Whoops. Okay. Let's grab our fabric. Gotta get my board set up. Hold on, guys. My spray board. Let's get this needle point out of there. Let us get our fabric cut. Thank goodness this is not extremely distorted piece. Famous last words that I just said. Really, Kelly. Saying that. Because as I'm trying to make it look even, it doesn't look very even. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Getting too close. It's sliding off the table at me. Okay. So what I'm going to do... Alright. What are we going to do with this? So we're going to kind of... this way, straight there. Straight there. Okay, I think that's as good as it's going to get for trying to pre-adjust anything into straightness, straight-ish. And this is my corner. All right, so let's try to set it right back on the spot that I sprayed it on previously. You should always do this in a ventilated area, and when I say ventilated, I mean outside. Not my finest safety protocol right there. Okay, I'm going to camera back this way while that kind of sets. We want this to dry a little bit, get a little tacky. Okay. So I gotta make sure I have plenty of fabric at the bottom. Don't get myself too messed up there. I'm trying to see. I'm going to set this top part down. Okay. Then I'm going to try to shift that slightly. Okay. Oop, oop, oop. That finger is not working. Ooh, I think we got pretty close. That was kind of. Okay, let's flip it. Okay. I think that this actually is going to benefit us. Kinda. As crazy as it sounds. I'm gonna end up setting something on this. Hold on. Now I've scattered everything to the winds here. Let's get cranking. I want to be careful with these corners now, though. We don't have the interfacing there, so let's just be extra careful. Let's just that. Cut to the corner here. I'm sure that there are plenty of things that you look at and you think you can insert your work into it, your needle point, absolutely. There's so many things. Woo. All right, guys, let's glue. Let's glue, glue, glue. Yeah, this is definitely going to be much crisper on the edge. Careful, I'm over pulling. But at the same time, it is important, right? I don't need to go all the way to the end yet because we're going to come back in and glue those after. Dang it. It's starting to cool down in the studio, and so my glue is like, meh. I dry faster, which is not good. It was getting so hot in here. It was ridiculous this afternoon. It's like, hello, it's fall. Knock that off. But it is a barn. So does that greenhousing thing. So I gave that a quick steam for all of that glue that was being naughty. Gave it a little reheat. Okay. So that might have been a mistake by reheating it with steam, because now my little thing, it's still fine, but it makes the foam core curl. I'm hot. I'm steamed. Made me curl. It'll be fine. but we won't do it again. I'll just use the heat side of it instead of the steamy. Maybe not. Taking too many chances with this already. Ah, suck. So if you ever watch the video of this, I'm not sure I'm going to leave that first one in. I will, but it's going to make it look like a stupidly long video. Because it will be. Yay! Yeah, we've heard this song before, right? Right. Yeah. Okay, Kelly. We've heard it all before. And now you warped it because you put steam on it because you're so brilliant. See, doesn't matter how many years, you can do things that you think will work, and yeah, not so much. It's thin. It's a tiny thin piece. It's a mat, basically. I think the corners all look pretty good. So let's get it up there. And, okay. This is the wonky side. Yes. Yes. And yes, look at that. Oh, oh, look. Oh, I gotta raise you up. Look at that. Holy cannoli. Yay. All right. Now, we just gotta try to get this centered underneath it. Do, 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 do. Doll needle time. There. And there. So that holds it there. That holds it there. And there. Okay. Woohoo! Now, the concern about so if we put a piece like that there, I mean, that would work, right? It would. Does that look like right where that should be? I think it does. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to leave that there. I'm going to put marks down. Okay, and I want it to shift. But we got to get that spacer up underneath it because I'm sitting here doing this and I don't flip. Right? Just like that. Right. Now, Fabri-Tac glue. Okay. 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 This. Line it up with all of our pencil marks. Okay. Now, I am going to take make sure there's no dirt or scudge on this. I don't see any. Now we're going to put a brick on it for a minute while we make some shims. This takes a while to cure. This is the side that goes there, right? Okay. Hold on a second. Well, it takes a while to cure. I don't want to take any chances that it's misaligned from where we had it. So you're down, all down, bring that up a little. There we go, Idaho. Okay. Now, what we have to make is a shim to go underneath here. So if you are going to mat your picture, like we were talking about earlier, okay? Hold on, let me put this here. You wanted to do this, but you wanted to just lay a mat over the top. What you would have to do is you would have to fill in the void and basically measure this hole in between, okay, and this hole, how far away is it? You're gonna have to figure that out anyway to center your piece. You can use your mat board like I just did, okay, but this time, because our foam core is thick, your other thing won't be. Mat board's quite thin, you know this. So because of that, you're going to have to make, and it doesn't have to be solid. It can just be a strip that goes across there, from there to there, this width. Then do exactly what we did with the wood bits. So then you're going to fill this piece area in, and then you're going to fill this area in, so that when you drop your mat down on it, it's going to lay flat and have support underneath, just like what we're about to do for this, because it won't. Now this is kind of thin, but I don't want to take a chance. We're going to test it, of course. Let's scooch this up. All right. And we know that that's 1.5 inches, but it really feels like it only needs the support along the far edge. So we know it was 1.5 inches, so let's do 1.25 inch strips. Pencil. Just forget it. I'll just use it even though I don't like using it. On mat board. It's just such a pain. Okay, so we put one there. I want you to put it towards the outside. We'll put it right in the middle, just to see. Okay. Here we go again, 1.25 inches. You can do 1 3/8 inches. Okay. Another one. And we are going to be giving healthy glue down to everybody. Let's hope I have more glue. Oh, I do. And then no, of course not. Okay. So I got the giant piece of mat board here, so I'll do it the short side. inch and 3/8 inch and, oh, I forgot those side ones were 7/8, weren't they? I only flibbity gibbet cut them how many times? Too many. I'm gonna cut them with my scissors. You can tell my ruler slipped. Okay. Grr. Fine. First, this is going to get chopped there. I'm so sorry. Chop there. That chopped there. And the legs. Like inch and 1/8. At this point, I'm kind of wishing I'd just used the 1/2 inch, but couldn't have let it lay flat anyway, like I thought. you guys ever seen things like that have come back from the finishers and it's, or the frame place, and it's like smashed under the glass because they just put the glass directly on it. It's not the loveliest thing I've ever seen. It's like, oh my gosh. Somebody was not thinking, Mr. Framer. Okay. Woo, woo. We are so close, you guys. So close. So exciting. I'm getting out the big bottle of glue with the easy pour spout. Watch, it'll clog. Oh, it's okay. Looks okay. Looks are deceiving, right? Be very careful around the needle point, obviously. Stop with your little booger self. A little nutsy with the glue here, and I haven't even put it in to make sure that those shims haven't made it funky. No, perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So exciting. After all the epic issues, it's just like, yes, success. Partial. Okay. So I was trying to not get a stringer, as I call them, cobweb from this, because I don't want it to drape over the needle point. So you kind of run it across an area that it's not going to hit. Come on, you, stay down. Yes, I'm being very liberal with this. Very, very. This is our wonky corner. And like I said, the best part about this glue is you have plenty of time to work with it. It's not gonna be stuck tight the instant you put it down. It's not like that. And you do have to compress it a little because I put so much on there. Okay. Okay. So I really, really like really good even pressure on this. But I also don't want to flatten her thing. Her stitches. Alright, I have to think of something here, guys. I know we can do this as a spacer, right? Yes. Yes, we definitely need to get pressure on this. So we can use this as our spacer. And we can take this piece and put it here. And give it a little extra support there. Sorry. Okay. Well, guys, thank you for hanging with me. I really appreciate it. We're going to postpone the unveiling because this has to sit. So I'm going to say it's supposed to be here the 27th, the plexi. So I'm going to add everybody that was in the group for that and invite you to that so you can join us, and we'll put the plexi on, and I will have figured out how to raise it up just slightly, because I mean I could do an entire another row of the 3/16 up. That's doable. I got a ladybug on my light. So we'll kind of think it through, and we'll have a little bit more of a completed piece in the next one. Okay?
Thank you, Kelly. You're wonderful.
You're welcome. So good to see you, Priscilla, and you too, Joya. It was great having you guys with me again. You guys,
Thank you.
we will see you soon then, okay?
Yes, please.
All right. Take care. Good night.
Bye-bye.
Cord. Welcome to the finale, hopefully, of our tray. I was doing a little bit of prep work before I got on with you guys, so give me a second to pull this over. So, what's going on is I had a brick holding this side down because I ran out of clamps. So I had to put all of this loveliness on. But as you can see, these are little C-clamps that I put on to glue these side pieces down. I have one piece that I haven't glued down yet, so don't worry, you haven't missed out on it completely. There's a few things that I have to talk about, which is, so we left off with the fact that we have raised stitches here and for the bottom grass that I didn't notice prior to it. And you know, anytime you are framing, which is basically what we're doing, we're framing a piece of needlepoint into this tray, what happens is that if you have raised stitches, you've got to kind of do a boxed effect. And it was funny because the person whose piece this is, Diane, she said, "Oh no, you know, just go ahead and I don't mind them smashed." And it's like, no, no, we're not doing that. I mean, these are lovely French knots, and we're not doing that. That's the whole point of doing these fancy stitches, is that they add dimension. So, excuse me while I had a little bit of brick dust that I know got down in there. So, I have, so this is 3/8 by, cheese and crust. It's not quite a 1/2 inch. I scarred my paint right here on the corner. Oh, it came out. Okay, it's just dust. So our challenge that's going to arise from this is, I can see that this isn't down as flat. So when we put we put the initial spacers in that were 3/8. Well, this isn't down flat because I didn't glue it down yet because I wanted to be able to show you. Silly. Okay. Again, I painted all of the trim pieces with glossy, and the reason that I did that is I was afraid that if I did not, I gotta get down underneath this. Excuse my ears if they get into camera shot.
Hey, Kelly, you're kind of frozen.
Okay, I'm coming. Hold on. I gotta go all the way back out. I'll be right back. Okay, I can see I'm going to have to be careful when I'm touching my camera to go back and forth with this. So, I was afraid that when I did the glue around the edge, that when it's compressed, it would leave a shine on the trim. And so I was trying to eliminate some of that by using a gloss paint. I don't know that it'll help, but we're going to try to inject it in between so that I'm not laying it down on top of it and squishing the glue out and having irregular looking glue tracks along the edge of this. You know, this is all, every time you do something like this, it's going to be an engineering moment because every single one of these is different. Now, one of the things that I found, we did the mat board, and the 3/8 spacer that was underneath it was just like a millimeter dropped down lower. So then when I glued these pieces, side pieces in, well, just the trim pieces to lift it up, what's happened is that at the edges where the miter is, let me see if I can catch the light on one of them. It might be difficult because it's black. There's a little gap because it angled up a little bit. So I should have potentially added another shim piece in along the top of that 3/8 to match the 3/8 that was, because they have pieces of trim wood trim at the model area of your model shops. We actually have a hobby shop, shockingly, on Cape Cod, so that you can build like buildings for your train sets and things like that. They do have it in Hobby Lobby as well. That's where I got all of these various pieces. And so again, if you want to take it easy on yourself, you can do the blunt end like we did on the first one so that you're not trying to miter and it lays flush against. I did black. You can barely see the little miters in the corners. But like with anything, this gloss paint, I put this wood on it. I probably should have put a piece of paper in between, because then when it was compressed down, some of the dust from it has transferred onto the painted area. I'm probably really the only one that's going to notice it, but it's all part of, you have to make sure that when you are putting pressure using clamps of any kind, that you're not going to scar what you're about to do. And it's not easy. And what's really scary is when you put the glass down and all of a sudden you see a spot of dust on the interior and you've glued it, and it's like, great, now what am I going to do? So that's why we're also going to try to do the glue along the edge, injecting it in with a very tiny applicator. It comes in one of the E6000. I don't usually use this glue, but I thought for this we'll give it a shot. So the other issue is because we have a little bit of a bow, how well is our plexi going to sit down in there? I don't know. So we have a couple ways we can test it without, you know, having it be too dramatic. But let's try to go back to getting this sucker out of here. So I'm just trying to, should do it at, see, it's bowed up a little bit in the middle. That's why I can kind of grab. I hope no glue slid out on the ends, and now it's, oh, I bet you I just scratched. Oh, I didn't. So when I was sliding the ends in, I noticed I was leaving little black striping down the sides, so I had to sand off the tips to make sure that there was no black paint trailing down the sides. Luckily, if it does, you can sand it off, but we don't need to in this respect right now. So this is the, and I labeled bottom, top, because each piece was quite, if you remember, we had a little dog leg on this, I think it's that corner, where the tray wasn't perfect. And so I had to make sure that that side was just a smidge longer so that when it went up in, it was okay. Again, these miter corners are quite a pain in the butt. And yes, learning experience, learning curve, whatever you want to say. Everything is a make me crazy moment sometimes. It's like, are you kidding? So, as I see little spots of dust, I'm trying to grab it and pull them off. Yeah, I should have had a piece of paper between that because I scarred it a little. So anyway, and when I say a piece of paper, simple as this. Piece of computer, you know, printout paper, lie it in between so you don't scar it. All right, I want to show you a lovely little tool that I found this morning, and I was really kicking myself for not going into my hobby place sooner. Now, you definitely want, because this does not have any clamping in it, okay? So it has a little lip overhang on it on one side, okay? See? I'm going to put that just hanging over the edge a little bit. And then I'm going to put this in like this. Now, when I made these, I took the measurement of the interior down below like I did for the mat. I took it with my cloth tape, and actually I think my cloth tape I couldn't find when we had that, so I used a sheet of paper. Anything works that can give you a good measurement. And actually I think I switched over to a centimeter kind of ruler. When I first did the first cuts, I tried to do them towards the end of the piece because I had some pretty long side pieces and they come 24 inches and I had to do 17 and something. So, but I'm going to show you that with this, you want to make sure to take your C-clamp and clamp this down so it does not move, all right? This one wants to roll off the edge a little bit. Just so you know, you don't have to have it sticking out both ends. You can make it work. You just gotta flip it around. Okay, push that out of our way. And then, so this is, you'd want to Google this miter box with razor saw, but you want to put in hobby or model making or something so that it's tiny, so that your options come in tiny. So obviously straight across 45s. So if we're doing this for the top side, and I'm wedging it against this far side of the miter because it allows for a bigger blade to sit down in there. There's so many different kinds. I battled through this with my X-Acto knife. It was not a fun way to go. Because what was happening was, with this, we only need to make sure that the inside cut and the top cut are straight. So as I was doing this with my X-Acto blade, I was battling having it go perfectly perpendicular in because there was no guides. So because I'm pushing it against this one side, we should come down correctly. Should, operative word. Would be better if they had it with a little, trying to, tighter. There we go. Alright, so we let it up, let go. Look at that. Might be a little off towards the bottom, but that is so much better than the ones that I did. It is. Because mine jut out at the bottom. Okay? So this little miter box is awesome for what we are doing, trying to do a lovely finished corner. I highly recommend it. You can also put the angle that you want to cut it at to make sure that you're going the way you want it to. If it looks like, so when you're putting it in the miter box like this, that you're hitting the front and the back, both the correct side of that box as you're sawing, okay? And you can even put your finger back here like I'm doing to keep it compressed against that side so you're getting the correct angle, okay? But the teeth on these, the razor, so much better. I mean, I was sitting there, I'll show you how I did it. I just saw it. So I had an angle and I started just by going across like this and just kept swiping down. So doing it this way, you know it's not going to be as straight as what we just did because it's like, you know, it's jigged basically. It has a guide, whereas this is freehand and it's going to go back and forth and it's just going to be a pain. So if you choose to do the 45 beveled corners, see, you can tell how bad mine was. No way was it gonna fit. Can you see that gap? Probably probably not, and I don't want to mess with it and have my camera. But there's a huge gap there. And that's all because I did this one by hand. So, and we can prove that by, let's see. So we take the piece we just did. Now, what's tough is that this wood is so thin when it's put in the holders, or just when it's cut, it's going to warp. So you're not going to find one that's like perfectly plumb and straight. So let me see. Oh, I've gone wide down there. Yep, it's pretty dang close. Right there. Like that. So there. It's got a dark line at the top edge. But, you know, this is where pick your battles. If you don't want to deal with that, do the blunt ends like I did. Do top straight across, do bottom straight across, call it good. So let's get this other piece glued in with the wood glue. Okay. And I already know that I'm going to have to put clamps on the underside, and I'm going to put so take this, take my piece of paper, and I lay it over the top of my needle point so that if anything falls, it's not, that has glue on it, that I mishandle, it's gonna go there. Oop. Oh, I lost somebody. Okay. And I'm just gonna run a bead of glue on the back side because I know that's against that corner and any extra will squish forward onto my mat. And I don't want it leaching out to the front. And typically I would not load this glue on over the top of a piece of needle point. Do yourself a favor. Alright, so let's put one side in. And I'm trying to make it so that it just like that. Okay. I'm feeling to see if any of this, I had a bit of glue on my finger. No. Alright, everybody looks pretty solid. And it isn't popping up. Okay. So we're gonna do the plexi right now, but one of the things I'm gonna do is give ourselves a little way to pop it back out without having to flip it over. I need a longer piece of paper than what I have. So I have to do a couple of things. Where did my glass cleaner go? Oh, it's hidden right behind the. Sorry. So you're gonna look at these paper towels and go, they're blue. Yeah, they are. They're special low lint. So this paper is 13 inches, or 19 inches, the long way. Put that there. We're gonna do that like that so that we can pop it back out. Okay? I just want to see how it's going to fit. But before I do, so this is a low lint paper towel because this plexi gets very staticky and grabs every little piece of lint possible. Now, we didn't have as much of that with the M&M one, but I ridiculously sat this down right on top of my blocking board. Not the most brilliant moment I've ever had. So this will at least give us a slight idea how it fits. Now the edges are taped for what we're going to do next, which is gluing, and I think the paper is taking up my gap. Okay. Well, we're just going to have to commit. And if I have to, I'll turn the thing upside down and shake it out. So let's make sure that we have attempted to get all of the dust from the interior. Okay, that's the exterior. It gets hard to see. Let's see if we see any. I see a few pieces right there. Okay. Yeah, I think we're good. Oh, it better fit. I will not be a happy camper. I thought for sure. You know what's going to happen. Where is it binding? There. Oh, cheese and crust, seriously. Wow. Well, I hope there's no hairs down in there, because there is no way that is coming back out. Not without breaking the tray apart. I am going to be caution to the wind. I'm just trying to, I don't want to accidentally scar that. Okay, that must be down all the way. So, this is where this tray that is bent is a problem. Because do you see our gap? We have quite the gap over here. And I'll be right back. I'm trying to find my level. Of course, I can't lay my hands on it now. Only way I can do that is to take up my tape. I gotta see if it's flush. It is. Okay. This corner is a little wonky, and we're going to have to glue that and clamp it. It's this corner. Okay. So it means that the other ones are raised a little compared to this end. So okay. I'm not in love with the glass guy, the plastics guy that I used this past time. What is that? Of course. so some of the options that we could have, the acrylic guy that I used this time, the cuts had a little bit of chunking. So yeah, not a fan of that. And I think we'll start our test injecting. So this detritus that's under this is from the wood scraping because I pushed so hard to get this to fit in. And I'm just kind of shocked because I thought I used my quilter square to make sure they were all square, but you know, what can I say? But I mean, really does look very nice. We just have to get that corner to sit down. And again, not quite sure why we have our discrepancy, because this appears to be all the way down. This side's a little up right there as well. So, options. If we do this and we get a bit of ugliness with the glue, I'm going to put a piece of trim, probably decorative of some kind, or I'll have to test it out, and I'll definitely show you once I figure out what we're doing. But I think I'll be able to inject it down in this corner and have it hold down there. But really what I want to accomplish right now is I want to make sure to seal the edge, so if anything liquid was carried on it, it's going to not leak. So I think we'll test it on this corner. I'm not sure how Diane feels about having hers being a guinea pig as to the best way to do this, but it is what it is. So I also have another glue bottle that I got that has like really tiny nozzles in it, and it's like even tinier than these that are in the E6. Come on. But I tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna mash it. So it's nice and thin. See how that works. Because I also got some other glue from the Hobby Guy that is it's called something crystal, but that we could potentially put along the edge. Okay, there we go. Need that little black thing out of there. Oop. Dropping everything. Okay. Oh, cheese and crust. Do I really have to do that? Oh, they don't cut this off for you? Wow. Okay, is it... Am I crazy? Where does this... Did I just... I am crazy. It goes up through the lid. Seriously? Like this. All else fails, Kelly, read the directions. So in the end that you use to pop it, your seal out with, you're supposed to put that up through. Ugh. Alright. I want a paper towel. This is why I don't like E6000. I just do with my pliers. Yeah, I totally just smashed the cap to shut this with. Alright. Try to pull that in a little bit. Problem is it keeps oozing. Okay. Need better light. Yeah, just smeared that glue right up the side. This is why I do not like this glue. I'm making a huge mess here, people. Alright, I need my pin. Yeah, I'm not using that crap. seriously hate this stuff. You can tell where this is headed, right? Trim City is going to be added on to this. Yep, just scarred. Oh, fudge. Just scarred that good and proper. Now, because there is glue that's in there, I'm going to take this time to put a clamp on it. That, like that. And clamp it down. Okay. All right. So, with that, let me grab this other glue. Hold on. Oh, grab the glue bottle. So I didn't use this one because I thought, oh man, it says you can, you know, clean it with water and that's not going to be good. And at this point, can't hurt. If we only have one boo-boo corner that maybe we can scrape that off with, why not? So, oh, that's interesting. Okay. So there's our cut line. That's where it said to cut. There we go. Almost down there. I'm going to whittle off a few little odd pieces here. Okay, so let's work on the opposite corner edge. Since we know that edge isn't going anywhere, but we will seal it with this, hopefully, depending on what it looks like when we do it. Oh, that looks so bad with that sawdust under there. All right. What this is made of. So let's take a look at what it's going to. Oh. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Sorry, I went off camera, I know. I have to come back, so I'm filling in this big gap. Oop, 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 oop. Okay. Ah, sugar. All right, we'll let that fill. So can you see how it's went down under? Now it says it's supposed to dry clear. We will see. And we'll let that bit dry, but we're going to keep going. No bubbles. Now, if this dries like it says it's supposed to dry, we will not see the scarring at all. At all. I'm sorry if I'm off camera, but I can't stop the bead. Which a little spotty right there. Let's go back. here. Not quite sure why it just made that crunchy noise. Because it did not hold it down. That's why. Okay, that's cool. Okay, here we go. I have to go back and pop that bubble. Now I have to say, I'm mildly concerned that the edge here over here. Oh, the bubble naturally popped. That's a good thing. That we're mixing two glues. Okay. Not loving that, but it is what it is at this point, so. Alright, and there we meet that. And now we're going to push some of that down in. Hopefully that went down in. And you know what? I'm not going to try to push that corner down. I'm just not. We're just not going to, we're not going to worry about it. Okay. Oh, greatly saddens me to see that dust under there. And the fact that it's probably a little raised in that corner. Alright, I gotta pop a bubble that did not pop on its own. Okay. Now, let's address this stupid little corner. Not quite sure. I think we got all our edges hit. So now we just let it dry. Our cap on it because I think this is definitely our go-to clear parts cement and window maker. Okay. So, let me see. Let me get fresh. I'm pushing my luck trying to clean this right now. So, we're going to leave it at this. And you'll see final pictures of it. If it's super clear, I'm not going to put any trim on it. But I would definitely use this again. Okay. And thanks for being here with me, Priscilla. And I will talk to you guys later. Okay? How'd you think it was, Priscilla?
Just read it. It's beautiful.
Oh, good.
It's just beautiful.
Good.
And I'll see you later in the afternoon class.
Okay, great. We'll see you there.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye-bye.
And if anybody needs any extra help, you know how to find me on Facebook and Instagram and obviously on YouTube. And always get a hold of me if you need help.